Hello and thank you for stopping by. Today is part 2 on how to change a head gasket on a Briggs Stratton Intek V-twin engine. And it's also a remake of this video. Between working on projects, making videos, and trying to adjust to this Windows 11, I accidentally deleted the first make of this video, which I spent hours producing. Well, that's on me. What I did decide to do was to break this video up into parts. This is going to be the installation of the gasket. In this video, I'm going to show you how to install the new head gasket. I will have follow-up videos on how to adjust the valve lash and to gap the coil. I'll also have a video showing tips on how to do a quick and clean oil change. A couple tips before we start. First of all, I cleaned off all these bolts to make sure there wasn't any debris on them. Then I sprayed some brake cleaner in each one of these holes, cleaned them out, let them dry. Then I used a bolt and I hand threaded a bolt into every one of them, wiped it out, did it a couple of times to make sure there wasn't any dirt. If you recall how dirty this was, I know some of it had to have gone into these holes, also into this gallery over here. Just a little tip that could save you some aggravation to make sure you get the right torque. Also, this gasket, there's a right way and a wrong way to put it on. You see, this way it doesn't fit, this way it fits. You have these studs and you just line it up to the studs and it'll hold it on for you while you're putting the head on. Next we'll get the head, and I did leave this exhaust pipe on, but I did move the muffler. We'll have to reconnect the muffler. Get this head up here. All right. Got a top bolt in. We'll just tighten it in by hand. Just hold it up here. Keep this head from falling. Another little tip, when you're putting bolts in like this, give it a couple of turns, then back it out, then go in. This will help keep you from cross-threading any of the bolts. Make sure you got them in there right. You don't want to cross thread any of them and have to start playing with Haley coils and drilling, tapping. Okay. Oh, this one wasn't going in right, eh? And then we have one way in here. And you know what? I tightened this at the table. Now I remember why I loosened it. I had to loosen this up so I could get to this bolt. And I don't believe I mentioned it before. This bolt requires 5/16 socket. And when I tightened this up, I didn't quite go to 8 and change. I didn't like the way it was failing. I only brought it up to 7 and change. You ever have that feeling like it's just going to snap? So I don't know if my torque wrench is off or I just felt a little too nervous about it, but I didn't go all the way with it. So now I have to loosen it up and then retighten it again. This is what happens when you're working on something and it takes you days to get back to it. A lot of times you'll forget where you left off or why you performed the procedure the way you did. Okay, now I can get to that bolt. Wow, the sun's really coming out now. We went from days of monsoons to the sun breaking loose. Hope this holds up, at least until I get this done. Okay, we're gonna go a little old school here. Gotta move the camera back.
I have nothing against power tools, just that with the exception of one drill, all my power tools are corded. I feel like running an extension cord all the way out here. I'm just getting them nice and snug, and then we'll torque them up. And according to what I found, the torque on this particular model is 18.3. I'm going to do it in 2 stages. I'll go to 9. Let's just go 9 and 9. I'll set the torque wrench at 9, and then I'll set it up to the 18. Alright. I mentioned earlier I don't have the manual for this, so I'm just going to go into crisscross pattern, what I think is right. Alright, let's see. So I said 9. Let's set it to 9. You don't want to tighten a bolt all the way through because you don't want to warp the head. This will help keep it from warping. This top one, start at the top. Here's 9. And we'll get this bottom one down here. Yeah. There's 9. Let's see. Where should we go next? Okay, let's try this one. Okay. We got this inside one. This is right across. I can get on it again. There you go. Is that it? I guess so. Alright. And we got this one down here. Alright, now I'm going to set it to 18. Maybe a little past 18. Okay. Here's this 10. I never calibrated this torque wrench, so it may be off. Hey, well, let's go to 17 because it said 833. So even if I'm off a little bit, we don't want it too loose, but we definitely don't want to snap any bolts into that cylinder. Yeah, that feels pretty tight. I don't know, a little uncomfortable with that. Have it set right here, let's see. Okay, let's see now the bottom one here. I don't know how, but it moved. So that's definitely more than 18. That was 17. I'm going to go to the 18 on this one. Okay, let's see. Okay, so we have this one. We go to this one here. That's at 18. Well, now it's not feeling like it's enough. I don't know. There we go. Let's go this way. Okay. Then we have this one. This is the last one. Okay. So I had it set on 18, and then I went a little bit past. Again, hoping this torque is right. Now I'm going to put the rods in. If you recall, that piston was at top dead center. Back this off, keep the tension off. All right. There we go with the rods. So the top one's the intake. That's the aluminum. And I should be able to get it on here. Yeah. There we go. You know what? Maybe I should have did the bottom one first. Do the exhaust first because that's tight. I'm going to get a light to make sure that I'm on the tappet. Between my glasses and this light, yeah, it looks like I'm on it. We'll find out soon, sure enough. Push this down and get that in. Come on. Okay, that's in. I'll get this one in here. Is that on that? Let's see. It's a lot easier working on these engines when they're on a bench. All right, here we go. Snug this down. A little fiddling around over here. Okay, let's see. Are these in the right way? Gotta make sure these blocks are in the right way. Yep. Yeah, that came out. That's no good. It came right out. Okay, let's get the torque on this. I said it was 8, and I'm going to go just to around the 7 mark on this one. 7 inch-pounds. A little past 7 inch. Now, you know what I forgot? I wanted to put some oil on those before I put them in there. Use some spray. There we go. And that's 7, and it's not even 17 or 7. Yeah, that's 7. Wanted to make sure I had it on 7 and not 17. That seems awful tight. Man, I'm real uncomfortable with this. I went down to 6.5. I want to see if it's at 6.5 at least. Something ain't right here. If you recall, that cylinder was at top dead center. 4. Okay, well we got 4. I'm at 5 right now. That's 5. I think that's one I took off before. 5. That's 7. That one's at 7. This one doesn't seem to be going anywhere. This can't be right. Something's not right here. I don't know what it is, but this can't be right. I'm just turning too many times for that to go in. I have it set at 6 and it's still not clicking. Okay, I'm leaving this. I know it's at 5 with this. I believe the 5 was clicking. Let's stop clicking at 5 now, too. This might be stripped. Somebody might have been in here before me. I don't know. Well, I'm just going to leave it like this for now. This may come off. This may cause a problem for me down the road. We'll find out. All right. Next, before I put the cover back on, I'm going to gap these valves.
Stay tuned for the upcoming video on how to lash the valves, install, and gap the coil. That's a wrap for now. If you found this video useful, let me know. Give it a like. It does help. Post your comments and questions down below. And if you haven't done so already, subscribe. Hit that Joe Z button. And until next time, stay safe.